So today we're going to look at a trick question that gets students all the time. It is the median of grouped data. And this is a very simple situation that occurs often. Here we have 5 observed values. And if you didn't take into account the frequency at which these values occur, you would think this is the median because this is the middle number. But if you did that, you'd be wrong. And college professors often put questions like this on multiple choice tests, and they put this wrong value as the median as one of the choices. And so in this video, I want to show you how to get the median when we have grouped data that occurs as a frequency distributed sample, as we have here. So the first step is to simply add up the total number of numbers and see how many values we actually have. So we're going to take 328 plus 271 plus 34 plus 16 plus 1. And we have 650 values. And in statistical parlance, we write this by saying n equals 650. N is always the sample size in statistics. It's just a reserved letter, and that's what we use. So now that we have this, we have to notice that we have an even sample size. I'll just write even n, because n always represents the sample size. So we have an even n. So what we need to do is figure out how to find the middle number of 650 observations. So you may not know this. So I'm going to show you how to figure it out in a simple way in case you ever forget this formula. So let's say instead of having 650 observations, which we can't write on the piece of paper because it's too long, let's just say we have 5, 1, 7, and 9. So these are 4 observations. Now, to get the median of these numbers, the first step would be to sort the sample. So we'd have 1, 5, 7, 9, sorted from smallest to largest. Okay, so now I have to introduce you to a concept called the order statistic. I'll just write stat for statistic, order statistic. And the notation for the order statistic, this would be x sub parenthesis 1. This would be x sub parenthesis 2. This would be x sub parenthesis 3. And this we could either call x sub parenthesis 4 or x sub parenthesis n. Either one of those would do. We have 4 order statistics. This is the smallest observation, and this is the largest observation. And I want you to notice that the median, now there's a symbol for the median. And the symbol is X with a tilde above it. And there's a symbol for the mean, which is X with a bar over it. So these are standard statistical symbols that you should know. So in this simple case, you would take the mean of 5 and 7. But to be more clear, we would take the mean of the second and third order statistics. So I want to write this down, right? The median is actually the average, the mean of x sub 2 in parenthesis and x sub 3 in parenthesis. So that's what the median would be. The median would be the average of the second and third order statistic. Now, you might say, well, this guy's making so much out of it because look, you line up the numbers from smallest to largest and you just take the two middle numbers and you average them. Why is he making such a big deal? Well, I'm trying to show you how to do it when you have 650 observations, which are too many to actually write up on the piece of paper that you've been given in your college class. So we're going to use this simple case in order to figure out how to do it in the complicated case. So here, I want you to notice that n is equal to 4, and 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. And I want you to notice that there's a 2 over here. And that's no accident. And so what this really is, this 4 divided by 2, is actually n divided by 2. That's what this 2 is. N is equal to 4. Remember that? N is equal to 4. So this is n divided by 2. So I want to write this. So this is equal to the average. Now you might need to pause the video a little bit to think about this, but this is x sub n over 2 in parenthesis, right? And this would be x sub n over 2 plus 1. Let me make sure that's in the frame. Yes, it is. So take a look at this, right? We have 4 divided by 2 is 2. That gives you the index of this order statistic. Then we simply add 1 to this. 2 plus 1 is 3, the third order statistic. So this is the formula. So what I want to do is I want to write this formula out in this case. So I'm going to take the formula. So we have the median is equal to the average or the mean of x sub in parenthesis n over 2 plus x sub n over 2 plus 1. And so all we have to do is divide 650 by 2. I'm going to write this out in detail for you guys since it might be the first time you're ever seeing this. So let's take 650 divided by 2, and we get 325. So this is x sub 325 in parentheses plus x sub 326 over 2. So 325 and 326. So now we don't have the answer yet. We have to go back and look to see. So here's the fundamental question. So what are the 325th and 326th order statistics? And if you look at this, you can see that the frequency of the 1.1 goes all the way up to 328. So the answer to both of these questions is 1.1. The median of this is actually, if you really want to write it out carefully, it's 1.1 plus 1.1 divided by 2, which of course is 1.1. You know, the average of 1.1 with itself is just 1.1. Because we see, if we were to line this up on the paper, we were to see that this 1.1 is actually the 328th order statistic. So certainly it's the 325th and the 326th. So this is the correct median. But the middle number, if you don't take into account the frequency in the observations, the middle number of just the observed values is wrong. So there's a good chance that your professor would make a multiple choice question of this grouped data median problem, stick a wrong choice as a possible choice, and the correct choice could be the possible choice. And I know from experience that many students, for some reason, they ignore the frequency and they go for the wrong choice. So, college level statistics, shoot me a like and a subscribe, and maybe hit the notification bell if I do more. And thank you all for watching.